Hey y'all, it's Casey Hope from Pizzazz Art Studio, and today I have got one of my favorite little paintings. I have been doing this Christmas tree for years and it's just so cute to me, and I want to show you how to do it and how to do it in 10 minutes or less. All right, are y'all ready? We're about to get going. If I do it in 10 minutes or less, then we're giving one of you a prize. All right, we love giving away prizes, as you know. Y'all know, if you've been watching this for any amount of time, you know we do this every single week. Every week we give out a prize to one of you if I can create this in 10 minutes or less. The only thing you have to do is watch along, make sure that you like this video, make sure you are subscribed to our channel, and leave us a comment, okay? You do those three things, and then if I complete this in 10 minutes, you're getting a prize, all right? So let's dive in and see if we can do it. All right, so here we are. I've got a watercolor paper, my watercolors, I've got my pencil, my Sharpie, my Micron pen, which is waterproof. Both of these are waterproof, which is important when you are doing watercolor. All right, so this is the thicker watercolor paper. I'm doing it on loose leaf paper, but you can do this for a card or in your sketchbook. There's all kinds of different things. Y'all have seen us do gift tags before. This would be really cute on a gift tag. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started, starting now to see if I can do this in 10 minutes or less. I'm going to start with the base here, which is just going straight over, and then angle, angle, straight. Then we'll see where I want the top of my tree to be. I'm going to kind of come straight down. And then I'm going to start little curves. So I'm going to start it small. Let me just start on the right side. So I'll start a small curve, and then I'll get a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger. Like, see how it's going out just a little bit further? This is a tree, y'all. I have done this little tree for so many years. I remember whenever I taught first grade, that was my first teaching job, because I used to teach school, and we made t-shirts. And this was what we did on everybody's t-shirts. I kind of sketched it out, and they came along and added their little fun little handprints and painted it. They were so cute. So if you're in the t-shirt making biz, this is a fun one for that too. They were really cute. All right, so this kind of gives me the bones of it. Then I will do a little star up here and a few lines. All right, so this is a good structure there. And then I'm going to just letter the word Mary. I'm going to do a loop, little hump, big hump, E, R, R, and then the Y that looped under. Now, if you want to go ahead and kind of draw out where you want to put polka dots, you could. Just, you know, you don't have to do that, but if that makes you kind of feel better that it's planned out, you can. I don't love that one right there. With polka dots, you just want to make sure that they are staggered. You don't want them to be in a straight line. Okay, so I think I've got it good and kind of placed out. Now I'm going to head to my Sharpie and letter my word. Right now I'm just tracing over this. And then I'll come back in and add the downstroke. If you are new to lettering and it looks so fun to make, make letters look swirly and loopy and all the things, then, but you're like, I don't know where to start, I don't know how to even start practicing, whatever, we got you covered with one of our downloads. It's a free download. If you don't already have it, I think you'll enjoy it. It's the 20 Days of Lettering and Devotion. The links are in the show notes, but it's a free download, and basically it has 20 days of just what it says, devotion, and then at the top is some hand lettering traceables. They're like a light gray, and you can go back in and and kind of trace over it. And that's a good place to start because it starts getting you just kind of comfortable with the way that, you know, some letters go. Not that there's only one way to do the lettering, but it's just a fun way that might be a little bit outside of your norm of how you usually draw your letters, and it's just fun to practice. So as you can see, I am not just doing this. I'm not just tracing it one time. That would not look full enough. I'm coming back in and I'm kind of going over it multiple times. And then close to the base right here, I'm even doing little extra lines, okay? So we're doing it multiple times and even throwing in extra lines just to make it look full. We don't want it to look like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. And if you don't add enough lines, it will. You just want to make sure that your lines are going in the direction of the lines that you've already got. So that means like the curves or the little things here and there. And I'm not going to outline my circles here. I'm going to look, I'm going to think, do I need any more? I think we're good. All right, so I am going to take my eraser and erase just a little bit to where my pencil lines are poking out. Again, that's not something you always have to do. And if you decide to erase, I will say one word of caution is to go slow, because sometimes you can use a pen that's not quite dry enough and you can take that eraser and you smear it all over the place. So at least start slow with your erasing as opposed to starting and just swiping all over the place. All right, so here we go. We're going to layer in some different greens. I'm going to start with my smaller brush. And I've got this kind of a brighter green. So I'm going to go water and then that bright green. And I'm going to start by just kind of laying it down and kind of just going over those lines. Not doing it solid, just kind of the same curves that I drew earlier, just rolling with it. All right, I'm gonna also just kind of do some outside, just a little bit. Add more water and that. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a bit. Gonna go to my yellow for that star on top. Now, when it's a small area like this, like I just touched my water and the watercolor, I'm gonna dab it just a bit on my paper towel because it just felt like a lot of water. And if I get too much water and then it bleeds into the tree, you're gonna have just a lot of bleed, which is not the worst thing in the world. I just am trying to avoid that for right now. Now I'm going to go to my red. There's lots of different reds on this palette. If you have several shades of red on your palette, you may want to just experiment with them like on a separate sheet of paper to see which ones you like best. And I'm not filling them in solid. I feel like there's a little bit more of a whimsy look if they're not solid. And then I'm going to come in here, just a few little lines on my basket. And from there, let's see, I could do a few things. I'm gonna go in with a different shade of green, just to add a variety of greens here. It's not gonna be a huge difference. There's just something about having multiple shades that adds a little bit of interest. Not a have to at all. And then let's see, Like that looks almost too green. So let me show you. I mean, not too green, like it looks almost muddy. So I'm gonna take some just plain water and try to kind of lift that up and dab it on my paper towel. And then I'm gonna come back in with that light green. That just got more muddy than I wanted it to be. Now in this one, I did also add yellow. Let's see, I think I will give it a shot. This might be a little bit too wet, but let's see. Just a few little yellow. Yep, that was wet. The trick is to not hit anywhere that's wet, but really the best way to do it is to let it dry and then come back in and add a few little things for your ornaments. So there you go. All right, let me check the time. It's looking pretty good. We did it, 10 minutes or less. I hope you love that tree as much as I do. Like I said, I've been doing it for years and it's just cute. It's cute on cards, it's cute on canvases, it's cute on t-shirts. But today we did it on this watercolor piece of paper and we did it in 10 minutes or less. Y'all, 10 minutes or less. Do you think if you got a watercolor sketchbook that you could carve out 10 minutes a day to just play? We call it peace and play in our membership because that's what it is. It creates peace. It lowers your stress and anxiety when you're just creating. So that's the peace. And then the play is just you're doing something new. You're playing with watercolor and drawing and things that maybe you haven't done since you were in like grade school, playing with Crayola watercolor or things like that. So there's a little bit of play mixed with the piece, and we just want to encourage you to do more of that. Okay, pull 10 minutes out of your day and create along with us. We have a whole library of videos on this YouTube channel that can inspire you. But for today, we did this. We did it in less than 10 minutes, which means one of you is winning. Okay, so one of you is getting a prize. You're getting some happy mail. Just make sure that you've done all the things, that you've liked the video, you've commented, you've subscribed, all the things. And if you know somebody who might like this video, be sure to share it with them too. That's all for this week. We will see you next week for another 10-minute challenge.